So good morning one and all present here. Today we'll see the introduction regarding CAD and CAM. What is exactly the meaning of CAD, CAM? What process it is having in the CAD, CAM system, and how the computer is beneficial in terms of designing as well as manufacturing. So let's not waste the time and we'll start the session. So we'll first understand what is CAD and CAM. Computer aided design and computer aided manufacturing. It is a technology that concerned with the use of computer to perform design and manufacturing functions. CAD can be defined as use of computer system to perform certain functions in the design process, whereas CAM is the use of computer system to plan, manage, and control the operation of manufacturing plants through either direct or indirect computer interface with the plant production resources. The product cycle and CAD/CAM. The order of establish the scope and definition of CAD/CAM in an engineering environment. Sorry, in order to establish the scope and definition of CAD/CAM in an engineering environment and identify existing and future related to a study of typical product life cycle is necessary. And to understand the typical product life cycle of CAD/CAM, we'll see the following figure or the flowchart, which will give you a brief idea about what is the exact product life cycle of CAD/CAM. So here you can see the typical product life cycle of a design as well as the manufacturing process. Here, the typical product life cycle is divided into two category. One is the design process. You can see in the top side. Okay, the design process include the synthesis and the CAD/CAM process and the analysis portion. Whereas in the bottom portion, you can see the manufacturing processes, which include the CAM applications, CAM processes. Okay. Now, first of all, we'll consider the design process. In the design process, what is the starting point? For any product, the starting point is the need of the designs. Uh, Need of the designs means what? We first of all identify or recognize the needs from the market, and based upon that market, will design our product. Second, design the definition, specification, and requirement for designing the particular product. Then third one, collecting the relevant design information and feasibility study. So this is more important. Collecting relevant design information and the feasibility study. Feasibility study means whether this product is feasible to produce in a mass quantity or in a custom quantity, that need to be found out in this phase. So afterwards, what we'll do? We'll do the design computationalization, then design modeling and simulation in the process of CAD design using various CAD software. Okay, you can see this red mark, this red dotted line or the pink dotted line. Okay, this is comes under your synthesis up to the design, modeling and simulation. This all comes under your synthesis. Okay, now after synthesis, when your the model is ready, design model is ready, the simulation model is ready, then what we'll do? We'll do the analysis, then optimization, and then evaluation, and then afterwards the proper design documentation and communication for the further process. So this portion is called as the analysis. This portion is called as the analysis. Now, after this design documentation for further communication, this final design goes to the CAM process. What is the first step of CAM process? It gives the process planning. So, the intermediate between CAD and CAM is process planning. So, first stage is process planning. What type of process planning it required? It required the production planning, design and procurement of the new tools, order materials, NC, CNC, DNC programming. So all these need to be find out in the process planning. Afterwards, it goes to the production. Then after production, we check the quality controls, how the product is designed, and then in the last, it goes to the packaging unit. After, so this is the phase of CAM, right from process planning, then production, then quality control and packaging. So till the packaging, our CAM software or CAM process works, and till your synthesis and analysis, your CAD portion works. So this is all about the typical product life cycle of using CAD and CAM. So after packaging, what we'll do? Will this packaging product is goes for shipping and then send it to the market. After the market, if some feedback comes, then again it will goes to the initial phase, whether it required to change in some parameter in the design, then all process are repeat. If we get some feedback regarding our product, like say for if we design a car and need to be modified, then once again we have to start from the scratch, from the basic design. We have to change, make the changes in the design, and it will go to the synthesis, it will go to the analysis, afterwards it will go to the CAD CAM process. So this is what we have discussed in the previous diagrams. So the main sub process that constitute of the design process are synthesis and analysis that we have understand, and we have see the typical implementation of CAD process where the geometrical model, design translator, geometrical model, then interface algorithm, design and analysis algorithm, drafting details, documentation. These are all the typical process required for the CAD system. Now the CAD tools required to support the design process. What type of CAD tools required to design support? Design phases we first of all understand. The design conceptualization. The tool required is geometrical modeling techniques like graphic sets, manipulations, and then visualization. Then design, what phase we are talking? We are talking about the phase of design modeling and simulation. And what CAD tools required? Same as above. Animation, assemblies, spatial modeling packages sometimes needed. Now here comes the design analysis. For the design analysis, we need a design analysis packages, customized program and customized package as well. For design optimization, same, the customized applications are required. Sometimes the structural optimization is also required. For design evaluation, we require the dimensioning, tolerances, bill of material. For design communications and documentation, we need required the drafting and detailing. Now the same is applicable for the CAM process or CAM process as well. We have previously we have see the CAD process. Now we are seeing the CAM process. What required? It required the geometrical model, then interface algorithm, process planning. Here comes the process planning. From here afterwards, these inputs you can get from the CAD as well. From process planning, we'll start doing the NC programming, then doing the inspection, doing the assembly, packaging, and then shipping to the market. Now, typically CAM tools required to support the design processes. In the process planning, we required the CAPP techniques. What is CAPP? CAPP is nothing but the computer aided process planning to understand the requirement of cost analysis, material, and tooling specification. For the part programming, we required the NC programming. For inspection, we required CAQ, computer aided quality control, and inspection software. For assembly, we required the robot simulation and programming. So this is all related to your basic CAD and CAM. So that's it for today's session. We'll meet you in the next session.